If you can't feed 100 people, feed just one, said Mother Teresa. Greetings and peace. I'm Reverend John Clark from Titusville, Florida. I'd like to share with you a ministry about reducing hunger in the world. God spoke to me one day and said, feed my people, body, mind, and spirit. And with the same passion of Mother Teresa, I reach out to a hungry world, feeding his people and watching the world change. When you and I follow the commandments of Christ, the world will change. Can I do this on my own and of my own abilities? Not so much. A few years ago, I was an executive chef. And if you'd asked me then, I'd have told you I'm one of the greatest chefs there ever was. There's nothing I couldn't do. Not so much today. All that I am and everything I do is only and only because of my willingness to follow the commandments of Christ. It's like being on a mission for God. It's a huge responsibility. It's very humbling. And the responsibility is to stay on God's mission and not on my own. I can't not follow the commandments of Christ using my own abilities. None of us can. I'm nothing and I have nothing and I have no abilities, but God equips me for the job he wants me to do. He has chosen me to feed the world. He gives me the tools to do the job. Everyone has the responsibility to take care of their fellow human being. We can choose to help those in need, or we can choose not to. We can choose to help the lonely and the forgotten, or choose not to. And we need to help those that live with fear and shame. Those who, well, they're struggling just to exist day by day. God commands us to feed his people and to give those hope who are forgotten. The ones that society thinks, well, if I ignore, they'll just go away. When I follow the commandments of Christ, the world will change. Not because of my own abilities, only through the power of the Holy Spirit and with my willingness to do as God has commanded me to do. If the world is to change, as a deacon, I must follow the commandments of Christ. We all must. Commandments to go into the world, make disciples. Make disciples who are Jesus thinkers, marching on with a supercharged Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and with the desperation to be bold for Jesus. Then and only then will the world change. I stand firm in my faith and I will proclaim to the world, I serve a God who is fully out of my control. And for me and maybe for you, there's nothing better than being in the wild goodness of his presence. And in his presence, the world will be turned upside down. And as a Jesus thinker, I finally realize that upside down is right side up.